Live from WLNS TV, this is 6 News at 6.
The road to the White House runs through Michigan, and today that road led Vice President Mike Pence right here to Lansing. It's our top story tonight at 6. Thanks for joining us. I'm Sherry Jones.
And I'm Lauren Thompson. The visit today closed down roads and drew hundreds of people downtown.
6 News traveled with the Vice President in his motorcade across the capital city.
We have team coverage for you tonight, starting with another exclusive one-on-one interview with the Vice President you'll only see here on 6 News. From Capital Region International Airport
Is the food here as good as I think it is?
to the Fleetwood Diner on Lansing South Side,
Well, hello, Michigan.
and in front of a crowded room at the Lansing Center. Vice President Mike Pence highlighted the high stakes here in Michigan as he made his third stop here in the last 3 months.
I think the reason why President Trump won Michigan in 2016 and why we're going to win Michigan again in 2020 is because this president has fought for and stood for the common sense ideals and values of the heartland.
The Vice President spoke exclusively with 6 News today along the way. He's here to highlight agriculture, but also spoke about trade, praising the Trump administration's accomplishments, especially the new United States-Mexico-Canada agreement known as the USMCA.
People, particularly in the automotive industry, know the legacy of NAFTA. We literally saw factories across the heartland of this country shuttered, jobs moved south to Mexico. As a candidate, President Trump said that we could do better than NAFTA. We could renegotiate with Canada and Mexico. And the USMCA accomplished that. We put American workers first.
And when it comes to the economy, the Vice President says the best is yet to come.
Make no mistake about it. This is a president who believes for all of the growth in the economy, more than 7 million new jobs, unemployment at a 50-year low. He just sees that as a good start. We think we've just begun to explore the full potential of the American economy.
But with an election looming and Democratic candidates polling strong, exactly how far that exploration will go lies within the hands of the voters.
Whether it's Bernie Sanders, who openly advocates socialism, or all the other candidates who embrace the same policies, calling them Medicare for all or the Green New Deal, or higher taxes, open borders. We relish the opportunity to have that debate.
Well, the main event, though, for the Vice President today was at the Lansing Center. That's where he spoke to members of the Michigan Farm Bureau.
Our team coverage continues now with Kira Hay. She's here for you with reaction to today's message.
Michael Pratt is a 6th-generation farmer in Michigan, and he says this year has been one of the toughest.
You know, I've went out and got an outside job to get us through the winter.
But he, along with many others at the Lansing Center today, are feeling encouraged with the prospects of the new United States-Mexico-Canada agreement.
We've been working to open up markets to American exports, most especially agriculture, and we've had considerable success.
Under the new agreement, China has agreed to spend $50 billion of agricultural goods from the U.S. Pratt's main concern is
Getting the prices up.
Caitlin Thompson is a cattle farmer. She says she's happy for any policy that helps agriculture, but she wouldn't go as far as to say she's excited.
I probably tend to be a skeptic on a lot of things.
As of now, Canada is the only country to not sign the agreement. But John Molinar says it's just a matter of time.
We already can go into effect with Mexico, but Canada wants to be part of it, so I believe they'll adopt it soon.
Some experts say it could take Canada until April to sign. But many people, like Pratt, are just happy they feel they have a president who cares.
How many other administrations have ever been to Michigan Farm Bureau? It's really fun to have this administration because they're hands-on and involved.
Here for you in Lansing, Kiera Hay, 6 News.
Thank you, Kira. Now, in reaction to the Vice President's visit today, the Democratic Party had some opinions to share.
6 News caught up with Christine Jensen, the executive director of the Michigan Democratic Party, to get her perspective on the relationship between farmers and the White House.
I think that we are looking for relief for our farmers, and this is particularly the struggle of our smaller family farms, our dairy farms. Michigan has a lot of unique crops here that are labor intensive, like our cherry farms and our apple farms. And so there's many policies that the Trump administration promotes that hurts our farmers.
Michigan is expected to be a highly contested battleground state in the 2020 election, and both parties have been actively campaigning here for months.
Well, before his speech at the Lansing Center today, Vice President Pence made a surprise stop in Lansing.
That's right. He stopped in and placed an order at the Fleetwood Diner.
He was greeted by supporters and spoke with people inside. The Vice President also ordered some blueberry pancakes to go. His arrival caused quite a scene during an otherwise uneventful day at the diner. People there eating lunch were surprised to see the Vice President walk through the door. One employee told 6 News this was her first day on the job, and it was certainly a memorable one.
In other news tonight, a suspicious death investigation is now underway after a body was found in South Lansing.
6 News reporter Araceli Crescencio was on the scene and spoke with police there. She's here for you now with the latest.
Sherry Lauren, that's right. Today at around 10 a.m., officers were called to the 4600 block of South Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue near Rio Road after a 911 call about an unconscious person found in the woods. When crews got there, they discovered that the person had died. Police added that the body had no initial signs of trauma, and right now they are not sure if it is the body of a man or a woman. They are also trying to figure out how long the body had been there. Tonight, investigators are working to get a positive ID before determining a cause of death.
We're investigating a suspicious death. It's too early in it to call it a homicide. We can call it what it is, a suspicious death. And I can tell you that there's no apparent signs of trauma, and we're working through the sequence of events that led up to what went on.
If you know anything about this case, investigators want to hear from you. Call Lansing Police at the number on your screen. Sherry Lauren, back to you.
Thank you, Araceli. Now we do want to correct a detail tonight about a fatal crash in Meridian Township, which we told you about yesterday.
The man who was killed in that crash, 53-year-old Ronald Spitzley, was not the driver who lost control leading up to it.
There were 3 other vehicles involved in that crash, and Spitzley was heading west on Mount Hope Road around 2:45 Saturday afternoon.
Police say a different vehicle headed east lost control and then crossed into oncoming traffic, hitting 2 other vehicles. Several other people were also injured. This crash is still under investigation.
This is Weather First from Storm Tracker 6, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance for whatever lies ahead.
This winter hasn't featured many winter storms, and this is not going to be one that goes down in the record books. Not going to be a crippling snowstorm that keeps us off the roads for days, but it will cause some problems tomorrow. Here's a check of the Skyview network this evening. On the Hillsdale Tower cam, you can see we're watching a few flakes from time to time fly by, but nothing too significant. Temperature still at 35 degrees, so a little too warm to cause any major problems. Jackson cam, we've got some snowflakes out there. Been watching those for a bit now. Temperature in Jackson slowly coming down. We're at 34 degrees. Obviously, we need a couple more to get things to really stick in the roads to get a little icy, but that should happen over the next few hours. In Grand Ledge, from time to time, seeing some snowflakes out as well. So we'll look over towards the fire station this evening. Temperature in Grand Ledge, 34 degrees. Again, a couple degrees too warm, but we're getting there slowly. Finally, as we head up towards the WLNS Tower cam, 127, no problems. That could be a little slippery late tonight and tomorrow, but for now looks good. Temperature here at the station down to 33 degrees. Precipitation today only 0.02 of an inch, so very, very light so far. In St. John's, we've got lots of clouds around and temperatures generally running in the low to the mid 30s. As you look at temperatures in Owasso, 32 degrees. Now 32 for the airport in Lansing, 32 degrees in Mason. Satellite and radar, this first round of snow will begin to move in tonight. Looks mainly light, but it could accumulate to a certain degree across portions of mid-Michigan. Precision cast tonight through tomorrow morning. Light snow through midnight, and then as we move into tomorrow morning, widespread areas of light snow. In the darker blue, maybe some moderate snow that starts to show up during the morning hours. It'll stick around through the afternoon. By 5 o'clock, still seeing some light snow across mid-Michigan, but it's quickly beginning to shift east as we move into Wednesday night. By midnight, you can see it's basically in the eastern corner of the state. Other than that, a system is moving away with just a few leftover snow showers as we move into Thursday morning and Thursday afternoon as well. Accumulations through tonight into early tomorrow morning, 6:30 or so in the morning, up to an inch for Lansing, couple inches, 2 or 3 possible Jackson South towards the state line. And then as we progress through the day, and then it finally begins to add up. 3 to 5 inches generally, but some spots could see as much as 4 to 7 inches of snow. The heavier snow south and east of Lansing, and much lighter amounts the further north and west you go. Here's the forecast for tonight. Snow developing, overnight low down to 26 degrees. That's plenty cold for roads to get a little bit slippery. For your Wednesday, snow in the morning and in the afternoon, and it will be windy tomorrow, so any snow could be blowing around. So you're on a treated road and suddenly you hit a slick spot as snow blows back onto the road. So bottom line is, be careful out there tomorrow. The 6-day forecast, weather-aware day for Wednesday because of potential travel issues. Mid-20s on Thursday, same thing on Friday. Saturday and Sunday begins a nice warm-up, and by Monday we're in the 40s with rain building in. We've got rain in the forecast Tuesday and Wednesday, highs at least in the mid-40s. Cooling off but not cold, low 40s to round out the end of next week into next weekend. Traffic tracker may be busy late tonight and tomorrow morning, but for now it is all quiet across central mid-Michigan. As we zoom out across the entire area, no slowdowns even to the south where some rain and snow mixture has been occurring, and don't anticipate problems there until we get below that freezing mark and the snow really starts to pick up. So that's when things will go downhill, probably midnight or so tonight. Things will get a little slippery.
Well, it'll be interesting because a lot of schools have a lot of days still in that snow day bank.
Right, and as far as accumulations, we're kind of in that middle range where you get 3, 4, 5 inches. Some start to cancel.
All right. Thanks, David. Yep. Mid-Michigan City opens its first recreational pot shop today. We'll show you around after the break. Thanks for watching 6 News at 6.
It's a historic day for one city as the first recreational marijuana shop opens its doors.
It happened this morning in Owasso, and 6 News reporter Ash Patel is here for you now with a look inside. Asha, tell us what you saw.
Sherry and Lauren, the shop is called Loom, the first recreational pot shop to sell marijuana products. It also is the closest one to Lansing. Customers were coming in and out of the shop all day. Some even had to wait outside. The doors opened right at 10 a.m. and some city leaders were there for the occasion.
Our relationship with Owasso has been spectacular to this point. The mayor actually showed up this morning as well. Love what she saw as well. So all good things working with the community, and have been able to kind of work in tandem with them to pull this event off.
Soon after, Loom employees and the store manager gathered in front of the store for a ceremonial ribbon cutting. People filled the store, checking out a huge variety of products, from CBD oils and wax to edibles.
Pretty basic pricing for adult use. We're actually running 45 depending on the tier strength, and that tends to follow THC, so 45, 55, and 65 and 8. And that same the medical flower on this end for our patients would be $30 across the board, and 8 no matter what the strength for medical patients.
With all these choices, things can get a little confusing, but employees were there to answer all kinds of questions. And the first person to make a purchase, an Owasso City Council member.
Oh, it's great. It's been great to be welcomed with open arms by the City Council here, our local neighbors, for this grand opening.
Now, a lot of people are wondering when a recreational shop will open in Lansing. Several businesses were recently given conditional approval, but now they have to wait for the state to decide. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Asha. Well, it's a big night for the Michigan State men's basketball team. Another important game at the Breslin Center.
Oh, yes, and our Nick Mantis is in for Audrey tonight with a look at that big game. That's all coming up after the break.
This is the LaFontaine Automotive Group 6 Sports Desk.
It's at a point where we just got to put it all together, you know. The top teams in the conference, we played them down to the wire. Any team in the country, I like our chances again.
Well, I like your chances too, Cassius. Good evening, everyone. The clock is ticking down to tip off over at the Breslin Center. The Michigan State men's basketball team has their work cut out for them with the Iowa Hawkeyes in town. That was the first meeting between the two teams this season, and the stakes are high with both squads tied with Illinois, Penn State, and Wisconsin for second place in the Big Ten standings. Head coach Tom Izzo knows that any game can make a difference, and these last couple of weeks are going to be war.
Unfortunately, we're all going to beat the daylights out of each other, and I don't know if that'll be good, bad, or indifferent as we move forward, but it gives you something to play for without kind of looking too far down the line, because as many games as I think we could win yet are just about as many games as we could lose yet. I think that's the same for probably just about every team in there, including Maryland.
We had some more exciting news for tonight's game. Xavier Tillman has added a senior to the end of his name on his jersey. He and wife Tamia just welcomed baby boy Xavier Justice Tillman Jr. to the family last Monday morning. Now, speaking about exciting basketball, there was a shot last night that you gotta see. During the Illinois-Nebraska game, Trent Frazier lost a shot right before halftime, pretty much the entire length of the court. They should give him 6 points for that shot. It counted for 3, and the Illini would go on to beat the Cornhuskers 71-59. And Derek Walton is getting another shot to play in the NBA. The former Wolverine signed a 10-day contract with the Detroit Pistons. Walton signed last Friday. It could have made his debut with the team yesterday, but he didn't see the floor. Tonight could be his debut as the Pistons are on the road taking on former Spartan Gary Harris and the Denver Nuggets. Now, high school basketball this time of year is getting crazier with the month of March only 4 days away. And out of Pewamo Westphalia High School, the Pirates are putting up insane numbers. Defending state champions are currently on a 14-game winning streak and holding with opposing teams to an average of 28 points per game. It's insane. It's crazy. Well, the Pirates have full preparation mode on the mind as they're getting ready to play Potterville tomorrow night, sitting with a 15-1 record. And if they win it out, they have the chance to repeat as league champions. And when speaking with them at practice this week, they explained that they're prepared for the task at hand.
Potterville's a very good team. I thought maybe they didn't have the best night against us the last time. We've got tremendous respect for them. Very good shooting team. Some kids that have been on the varsity for a long time. We know it'll be a real hard game for us.
They're a really good team, and we just know that we got to come out, play the best defense that we can against them. They're a good team, so they're going to make some shots, but we just got to try to limit those shots they make.
Just more competition to win the league, and as long as there's competition there, it's going to bring out the best of us and them. So it makes it more fun.
It's definitely going to be fun, that's for sure. Well, Sherry and Lauren, speaking of fun, we are going to have full coverage of the Spartans' top 25 matchup against Iowa tonight on 6 News at 11. Back to you.
All right, Nick, thanks. Looking forward to it.
Stick around. David's back after the break. He has a final check of your snowy forecast.
Snow is on the way.
Yeah, we've got some accumulations to look forward to. If you're going to be away from your computer or your set, your mobile device is a great way to get our forecast. Just download our Storm Checker 6 weather app. It's got interactive radar, expected snowfall for our expected snowfall forecast, and of course watches and warnings issued by the National Weather Service. So we check out the 6th day tomorrow, weather aware day because of some travel issues. Not a crippling snowstorm, but a 4 or 5 inch job will certainly slow things down quite a bit. Cold Thursday and Friday. Then we start to turn the corner. We're in the upper 20s on Saturday, mid 30s on Sunday. And we're going to be melting a lot of snow on Sunday, but Monday, low 40s, rainfall. Tuesday, mid to upper 40s, rain. Wednesday, 40s and rain. And then things dry out and cool down just a bit, but low 40s as we head into Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The question I've been getting once or twice or a couple hundred times today, will we have school tomorrow? Of course, I don't know the answer to that, but I don't. Well, no, I don't. But I got to think, when you get 4, 5, 6 inches of snow, there will be probably some cancellations.
Oh, I think 100% some. It just would be a question, sometimes it's the rural, but it's if you get the big districts, then you know it's a big
Because the big question is, does Lansing close? Stay tuned.
That's right, because then everybody follows suit. So that's the key.
I think, though, I know it's for safety, but there might be some leniency because, like we said, they have some days banked. They haven't
some days to burn.
That's one place you're going to find out all the information about that is with our guy right here.
Exactly.
We'll have in fact, we have new information at 11, so be sure and tune in tonight.
Very good.
Yeah.
Thanks, David. That does it for us, and we'll see you back here again for 6 News at 11.